as we welcome in our good friend from Baltimore, Bernard Hollywood Williams, host of Stay in Your Lane Comedy. How you doing, good friend?
I'm doing fantastic. What's happening, fellas?
Man, we are way too cold down here in Florida. I don't know what the temperature is right now. All I know is I saw some shiny, very cold substance on my windshield this morning. I was not familiar with what this is. We don't see it often in Florida other than in our drinks.
Well, Bernard, you're getting it right now. You're getting it up there, aren't you? It's freezing up there where you're at.
Currently in Baltimore, it is 24 degrees.
Yeah,
Cold.
24,
It's really
man.
cold.
24.
Does that slow you down in 24-degree weather?
Well, I mean, I'm getting older, so I'm slowing down anyway.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that one bit.
It definitely makes the joint pop a little louder.
Hey, Bert, we were talking about pranks on guys in sports, right? We did a little talk about something that happened to me in baseball. Do they do that in track and field?
You ever tie somebody's shoelaces together before the start of a race?
You know what? I've seen somebody take someone's shoes before the race.
Now, that would be sneaky. That would be. I bet you that happens a lot.
Actually, he took one shoe. He took one shoe and hid the shoe until after the race was over, and then he just kind of threw the shoe somewhere. I was like, yeah, man, he was too fast.
See, what I would do is I wouldn't go after the shoes because I wouldn't want you to notice that your shoes are missing and have time to go get, say, a backup pair of shoes. I would just take like one shoelace off of just the left one. I'd even leave you the right shoelace. So you think you're good. You look at your shoes. You don't look too close. You see, okay, I got shoes. I got shoelaces. But then you get to the lane, and you're about to put them on, and it's like, wait a minute.
Or do light the guy's shoelace up right before the race starts. You know, guys would like.
You remember the hot foot from the dugouts? You get one guy.
A lot of hypersensitive athletes out there, so even if you kind of bump into them, it'll mess up their whole day. Like I used to joke and clown around with different athletes and get them off their game mentally. Mm-hmm. And I knew I already had them beat, at least 80% of the field beat mentally, because they was off their game mentally. So they're like hypersensitive, you know, they're like hot wires.
Would you try to make them angry, or would you try to make them laugh?
Well, I would try to make them laugh. Some of them I make angry. You know, like for the relay, I'll pull up their tape of the opposing team, and they get mad. They start speaking. I'm like, oh, my bad. I didn't know. Okay, y'all using this lane? My fault. I thought it was our lane.
just to mess with
like
them.
Just little. Yeah, or I would walk across their lane, just while they're really concentrating. I'll just walk across their lane real quick. Say, hey man, good luck to you. And they can't get mad when you say good luck and walk over. You know. But
good luck, bless you.
That's psychological warfare.
Like when homeless people ask for change and you say no, they're like, well, God bless you. And
now you feel bad. You know? Yeah. So now that's interesting though, because
you still don't give them the change though.
There's unwritten rules in track and field, just like there's unwritten rules in baseball. Hemo, what happens if a batter walks across the home plate in front of a catcher? It's bad news, right?
It's not normal.
It's not normal. In some cases, we've seen that this season. It's fighting time. You know, you just don't do that. You got to walk behind the catcher. That's
or
that
run
catcher.
over the mound.
Yeah, you don't step on the mound. You don't step on a pitcher's mound. So in track, you don't want to walk across somebody's lane, especially like as they're stretching or warming up or kind of getting that visual looking down the lane from the blocks. Is that the case?
Yeah, that's why I have the whole stay in your lane, meaning stay focused.
There you go. Hemo, we were talking about some of these other pranks. We were talking about you and the scalp tickets, you criminal. You and your brothers now have records.
Yeah, but you'll like this one. They all the rookies had to in St. Louis on the last road trip. We're in Atlanta. Last night, you know, everybody's got to wear a suit on the way back, you know, at least a sport coat type thing. Mm-hmm. And the clubhouse guys go shopping that day, and they get women's outfits and really goofy outfits for all the rookies. And our pitching coach was actually a rookie. So they took everybody's clothes out of their lockers, and they put in their place female clothes. Like one kid, they put a tutu, and it was David Bell.
Like a ballerina tutu.
Right, with a bodysuit and the whole 9 yards.
So these guys,
they have to dress. So there's and it was September, right? So it's like 10 guys wearing women's outfits with wigs and dresses and high heels. I mean, it was, and they found the right sizes, which is, how the heck do you do that? It was hilarious. Oh my God. And almost all of them, except for the pitching coach, he was irate. He was pissed.
He wouldn't do it?
No, but the other guys, it was awesome. They got on the bus, they got on the plane, they had to go through the airport when they got home. It was funny.
You wouldn't have made me mad with that as long as there's 10 other guys doing it with me. As long as I'm not the only one. Like David Bell, he seems like he would have been kind of gullible. Like he could have been convinced that, oh yeah, all the rookies are going to do this. And then he finds out he's the only one doing it.
Well,
that would have made me mad.
They didn't know until the game was over and you came back to your locker and you're going to get dressed and you have nothing but this stuff.
So I have a question. Did all those guys walk in one group? Were they confident enough to walk by themselves? What did they do?
Oh, they just, left when they had to leave and get on the bus at their own leisure.
So, Bernard, I got a question for you, too. And this is something this is kind of the little boy in me is wanting to know. I have always thought my entire life that I run faster barefoot than with shoes on. And I want to know if this is the same when it comes to a world-class track athlete as well. Do you notice that you are faster, say, barefoot as opposed to with shoes on? Do you run faster in, say, grass as opposed to a track? And is there any truth to if you get new shoes, you will run faster?
Okay. Now, when I was younger and I used to run with no shoes on, I was faster. However, once I got older, I used to meet guys who were African and from Morocco, and they ran with no shoes on in the actual race, and they actually won. Now, when I got older, I wasn't able to run with no shoes on because I started peeling and breaking like the skin on the bottom of my feet because of the impact of the ground as well as the track. But it's faster to run on a rubber track surface than it is grass. However, grass is a lot less hard to run on, let's say barefoot or shoes. But definitely on a track is much faster. Mondo, rubber, you're more faster, but with some 8-ounce spikes.
So that means that they're running on artificial turf is faster than running on regular grass.
Correct.
So football players are faster on turf.
Yeah, and I think that's known to be.
No, football players could actually be faster if they ran on the track.
Okay, as opposed to the carpet.
As opposed to the turf, right.
So what about new shoes? Is there any truth to that? Do you remember that when you were a kid? People would always ask you to get a new pair of shoes. Are you faster in your new shoes?
Yeah, I believe so because the shoes. The problem is the new shoes are real stiff, so your foot don't wobble around each step. It's almost like a seatbelt, like an extra seatbelt.
I'm with that.
If you break the shoe in at least one or two wears, it actually is a little bit better.
Okay, there we go. Because then you don't get the blisters. How
about diving across the finish line? Because in baseball, guys will dive into first like they're going to get there faster. Would diving into the finish line be faster than running straight across? They say running through is faster.
I would think running through is faster.
Well, you have two Olympic. Well, you have an Olympic champion named Weibo. She won the 400 in 2016. She fell across the track, but it was by accident. But she ended up diving and winning the gold. And then you had another gentleman last year who dove across the track. So that's been something new for the past couple of years that people have been doing, and it's been working for them.
There we go. Bernard Williams, always appreciate it when you're a part of the show. Colin, before we get out of here, who is our beast of the day?
The Miami Heat are the first team in a single season in NBA history to snap multiple 9-game home streaks to start a season.
There you go. The beast of the day. Bernard Williams, once again, appreciate you joining us here on the morning show. For Robbie Shanks, for Major League veteran Scott Heeman, and the beastie, Colin Bestor, that's our show. We'll be back with you. Close out the week tomorrow. Have a great Thursday.